Hey, I'm Tyler Boronski here at Playlist Live Orlando for the 10-year anniversary alongside Bryant Eslava. Man, good to see you, dude.
Good to see you too, brother.
First off, how is Playlist going for you so far, man?
It's going good. I've been to other events before. I've been to VidCon about like 4 or 5 times, but this is my first Playlist ever. And it's just been great. I've met a lot of creators that I've been talking to online for, throughout the year that are here today, and just been able to like connect with them and actually collaborate in person, which is super exciting.
Well, I've always been impressed by you because, photography is what you do, but you've been able to kind of create a personal brand for yourself as a personality. How did you kind of get that started?
I've always really been into like just providing images and giving people stuff that they can like use. It's just like I love the creating side of photography and like the process. So I'm more of a technical behind the scenes person. I think the brand just kind of naturally just happened. It was my consistency that just kept people coming back or like sticking around. Definitely I've collaborated with a lot of people, and that's opened up doors to meet more and more people. It's kind of like a snowball effect. You meet one person, collab with them, then another person discovers you that way, and it's just kind of been like that the entire time. I've just taken opportunities and just gone with it.
Connected with a lot of the Hype House guys, Addison, of course. How did you first get connected with that group?
Oh yeah, so basically my team and Charlie and Dixie's team actually started talking about like us potentially like collaborating together. So we ended up planning a shoot, and they asked me they sent me an address to visit. They're like, hey, can you come to this address and shoot with the girls here? And I think I suggested like, can I do a studio? It makes more, for me, it made more sense. And they're like, no, they're on a time crunch. So I pull up to this address, and that was what the Hype House is. At the time, I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with the Hype House group. So I got there, I shot with Dixie and Charlie in the backyard and all around the house. And then after the shoot ended, I got to sit down with them, like the whole Hype House crew in the living room, and getting to know everybody. And honestly, I was there for a few hours, just bonding with them, and everybody was so genuine and like passionate. And what I really liked about everybody in the Hype House is like they were just grinding, thinking of ideas and filming, making TikToks and like pushing each other and motivating each other. So actually, that was the day that I met Addison. She was at the house, and so then I remember, I went home and I was just thinking in my head, I was like, I really want to collaborate with more of these people, but I don't want to go one by one. I think it would be really, really cool if like I did like a studio shoot. Yeah. So then I ended up, getting a studio for like 3 hours. Sure. I talked to Thomas, and Thomas kind of put everybody together and was like, hey, like we're gonna go shoot with Brian in the studio, and that's where the first photo shoot that ever. That's when the Instagram account for the Hype House started, and also the TikTok started that day at the photo shoot that I did with the group. And that's kind of how I got connected with all of them. And obviously Addison and I are like really, really good friends. So we've traveled recently to New York and just been able to collaborate more.
Yeah, 'cause it seems like that. Like they're more than clients at this point. They seem like a genuine friendship with you.
Yeah, man, I get along with her. Like we just understand each other. Like we joke, and it's like she says a joke, I get it, or if I say a joke, it's just friendship, Sure. And it's been pretty awesome. And obviously, like I'm really, really tight with her parents as well, with her mom and dad, with her, and also her brother. I just met her brother at Playlist, and he's super, super cool. So it's just like a new friendship, and I love every single one of them.
Definitely. Yeah. I gotta ask you, because one of the people you've connected with, and anyone at this event would love to connect with, is David Dobrik. Yeah. What is he like in person?
He's awesome, man. David and I, like, we actually met each other, man, maybe around the time when he was first vlogging. Yeah, my manager is Jack, who's been managing David since the beginning as well. And so that's kind of how I met David. We went to Halloween Horror Nights, and that was my first time ever meeting him. And I really liked his energy, like he was just being super funny, and he had his I don't even think he had his big camera yet, but he had like a little G7X or maybe like a smaller vlog cam. And I remember what really stood out to me, I was like, this guy's so cool. We were at Universal Studios in the back lot, kind of taking the tour van. Yeah. And I remember his vlog cam fell, and so he jumped out while we were moving. We weren't moving too fast. We were, moving pretty slow, and he jumped out. He's like, no, and he ran after it. And I remember everybody, like the guy was like, we need to stop, and someone hopped out, and I was like, this guy's so cool, like he's just down, like and that always stuck to me. And obviously seeing him grow throughout the years and being friends with him, we get to hang out like whenever he's in town and he's free. Like he's a genuine guy, and I think the hard work that he puts in, like, is super inspiring to me as well, because he'll film all night and then the next morning he's already editing, and he's like, I feel like I have the same drive when it comes to my work too. So respect to David.
Absolutely. A last thing for you, because there are a lot of photographers that they look up to you.
Yeah.
They say they want to be the next Bryant. What advice do you have for them to kind of become like the next Bryant?
Honestly, be patient. I think that was one of my things, like kind of growing up and always being passionate about photography, is like there was times where I wanted to give up, and there was times where I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work out, and don't let money kind of be in the way. I know it's different situations for everybody, but there was times where I was like, I want this camera, and without it I'm not gonna be anybody. And I remember I would kind of put myself in that position, but in reality it's like I would work with what I had, and I would master it. I would get like what the camera, like what it meant and what all the settings did. And whenever I felt the time was right, I would sell it, save up some money, go a few times without shooting, because I'm saving up, and then getting my dream camera, and then just working hard. Every day when you wake up, think of new ways to get better at what you do. I'm still learning every day. I don't think in my head, I feel like I still haven't done anything, that's how I keep myself going, is like, I wake up and I'm like, okay, who am I gonna collaborate with? Cool, let's collab, and I plan stuff out, and then you look back 3 years and you look back at a shoot that you did, and you're like, whoa, I can't believe that was 3 years ago, because I treat day by day, like it's like I have the same approach to it. And yeah, man, it's just like kind of having that, and also like just be awesome and be nice. I think people can tell like when you're around them if you're a good person, and obviously just be nice, and if someone has an idea that wants to collaborate with you, be open to it. Like I know sometimes we like to kind of be in control as photographers, like being like, oh, this is what I want to do, but I'm always open to ideas of, people are like, hey, I want to, do this, and we try it out and we build ideas. So.
Hey, you heard it from the man himself, Bryant Eslava. Bryant, thanks so much again. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you.